going to need one unfinished coffee table and some paint. This is Sloan's chalk paint in French linen. So I just began painting the coffee table, and you want to make sure you go with the grain, not against it, because it comes out so much better. So after painting the entire thing, I just took the pieces of board that I needed, and I began sanding the edges just to smooth any rough edges or pieces out to make it look more defined but not too perfect. Remember, it is a barn board table, so you kind of want it to be a little roughed up but not too much. So after you're finished sanding the edges, you're just going to take any tool that you would like and start putting dents in the board. Like I did here, I just kind of hit it and scraped it with the back of the hammer. And I also actually used a piece from our closet, and I think it came out really awesome. I did use the screwdriver to put some holes in the board. You want it to look like it came off of a barn, which are weathered and worn, and yeah, I think it came out really great. So just kind of mess it up and don't be too scared. So next what you're going to do is get a wood stain, and I actually bought too big of a container, so you just need a small one, and you're just going to put a thin layer of wood stain onto each of your pieces. And then next you are going to use two different types of paint. With each of these colors of paint, which I will have listed below, I just mixed it with a little bit of water and kind of made a DIY stain, and I'm just covering the entire board. You want to make sure to do very, very uneven strokes while still covering as much of the board as possible. I didn't cover all of the board completely, so I did have to go in a couple of times, but all of the details will be listed below so that you know the colors and the names and all of that. So this is what your board should look like, and actually it should be a little more covered than that, but you get the idea. So I just went in with a dark color, a lighter gray, and then I also went back in with that French linen color to give it some dimension. And then right here, I'm putting on one of the lighter colors, and I'm just going to show you guys exactly how I put these on. I did lay it on the floor instead of keeping it on my table, so it made it a little easier. Now, you don't want it as watered down as I made this mixture. I did have to pat it off and kind of start over, but you just want to make sure that it's kind of a milky consistency without it being too watered. So think of like whole milk instead of 1%. So like I'm doing here, you just want to go back over the base color that you put down and just do really uneven, scattered, messed up strokes. It comes out really awesome and kind of worn and weathered in the end, and it comes out a very driftwood gray. It's the most beautiful color, and I had so much fun with this, and you guys are going to as well. This project did take me about 8 hours to do, so you'll want to break it up in a couple of days, but you'll need to do that anyways just so you can let the paint dry. And like I'm doing here, you want to get the sides of the boards and the ends of the boards as well, because they are going to show on your coffee table. And then right here, I'm just taking the last and final color, and I'm kind of mixing the dark colors in with the paint that I already did. As you can see on the first board, it did wipe the paint off when I tried to wipe it because I messed up. So I just went back in and did different mixtures of the light and then dark and then the medium color, and did the same thing until it came out perfect.
Boy, look at me in my face. Tell me that you're not just about this bass. You really think I could be replaced? Nah, I come from outer space, and I'm a classy girl. I'ma hold it up.
Definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and let me know if you guys have any other requests for DIYs, because this project was so fun and I love it so much, and it came out perfect. And don't be scared if you aren't really following this video. I put in as much as I could in the 8 hours, but I will have everything listed on my blog in detail with pictures and different links, so it will make it so much easier for you. So right here, this is just how the wood came out, and I think it's so pretty. It reminds me of those trees in Maine. They're beautiful. And then after I painted them, I just went in with a hairdryer because I'm very impatient, and I just kind of touched them up and made sure that all of the paint was completely dry. Now this next part, you have to be very careful, but it's also one of the most fun. So what you're going to do is get some sandpaper and gently, very gently, rub circles into the wood so you have like circular scratches on the wood. You don't want to rub too hard, because I did do this, although the paint was kind of tacky, but it rubbed the paint off and I had to kind of start over. So you just want to rub in circular motions like I did here. And then this is what your board should look like. They came out really beautiful and so pretty. So the next thing you want to do is take your plywood and put it on top of your boards. It's really hard to explain, but you want your boards underneath because you're going to screw in the plywood to the boards like I'm doing here. So for this part, it was pretty simple. I just measured where I wanted to put each of my roofing nails that I spray painted, and I did measure 1.5 inches in and then 1.5 inches up. So all of the nails did match up pretty perfectly, but not too perfect, because you want to remember that this is a barn board table, so imperfection is what we're going for. So this is how the nails came out, and they have so much more character when I put them in because some of the paint did chip off, and I just love it so much more. Now when the table's finished, you'll just want to put some wax on top and make sure that the plywood is not peeking out in between the boards and the table. So you just want to paint the edges the same color you painted the actual table. I really love how this came out. If you guys want to see detailed step-by-step on how I built this table, make sure to go to my blog, missblondeambition.com. Leave some comments below, some love. I adore your comments and your messages to me. They really inspire me to create projects like this. And subscribe, because I'm going to be doing so many more DIYs and tutorials throughout the summer. And if you have any requests, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check my Instagram and Twitter for more inspiration and more projects. Bye guys!